Hey gang, what's good? Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We're here at Blood Sands. Smelling some disgusting blood that's all dried up or maybe still wet. I don't know. Would you prefer to be around a whole bunch of like fresh, wet blood or some like dried, fetid, rotting blood? I think that's a pretty easy one. I'd rather be near some fresh blood, honestly. I mean, you know, like you think, oh, I've had a nosebleed before, but would I want, like, to just keep it there? I don't know, that's a pretty hard sell. What is this? The heat emanating from this pool threatens to singe the flesh of your face. My god, is this person gonna go in? All of the Anamfatha have called upon Ithignol for war paint at some point. Okay. It looks like that dude's preparing to jump on in there. And honestly, that is... Wow, I don't know what's worse, getting, like, chopped in the chest or jumping into a pit of magma or lava. Both seem pretty painful. I mean, I guess the magma, you get a lot more pain because it's everywhere and you're, like, burning alive. But I feel like it's over quicker than the chop because it was just a single chop and you just kind of bleed out there. And this is has turned into a pretty morbid talk.
Hey, I've got something over here.
What's up, Chanter? The silent Chanter eyes you steadily. Uh-oh. The Chanter must know that we're eyeing this funky head over here. Let's quick save and see if we can't actually get away with this, huh? No, we definitely cannot. Okay.
Ready when you are.
Well, we're just gonna have to let that hang out there. Worst comes to worst, we're just gonna leave it there for freaking ever. Look at that. More hidden stuff.
Sound.
Surprising amount of hidden stuff here. Alright. What have we got? It's not stealing. Yoink. Let's see. This is back, looping around to this big area. Yeah. We have a nice little... Is this where they eat? Huh. Look, we can take this scot-free. Some sugar. Oh, these folks and their sacrifices, they got such a sweet tooth. Okay, who are you? Is it Nasa or Naka? I don't know. The petitioner before you is swaddled in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime coats her exposed skin. She has the swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big, grinning smile. As you approach, she slowly turns to you and examines you from head to toe, smiling the entire time. That's a little creepy. Joyous day to you, she says, despite coming from a wearied body. Her voice sounds resonant and relaxed. I'm Nasa. We're going with Nasa. Midwife and lorekeeper. Her hands run across the slight bulge in her belly. She rolls her head back and sighs a relaxed purr. What if she's not pregnant? What if she just, like, ate a whole lot, you know? Is it insulting to just assume this? Are you feeling well? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you and your potential pregnancy. Get out of here. Are you feeling well? Flawless, she replies. Apologies, I should be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses. She reaches down and cradles her belly in her hands and turns away. Huh. Weird. Okay.
Just say the word.
I feel like there's a lot of, like, that's also another potential quest that we're going to come back for or something. I don't know. Or maybe this is like an alternate path to the main one. Because they said, you know, we've got a few groups here in Twin Elms who don't necessarily rely on the gods. Oh, shit. Baim Satum. The gift of sacrifice transmutes blood. Oh, shit. Just as the flesh of one nourishes many, the sacrifice freely made strengthens those that will... Oh, we've seen this before. Strength. What's this? The blood of sacrifice... Oh, gosh. For the ones that will come to us. The blood of sacrifice waters the soil of Air Glonfoth. Ugh. Man, that is... This is pretty morbid, huh? Alright. I guess we've explored all of it, right? Did we check this thing out? Here, let's run on up here. Let's turn up the speed and read this thing real quick. Could be important. Could be a nice, important piece of lore that we just missed. Essence within to nurture flesh, and essence without to strengthen it. Huh. Okay. Are they talking about, like, consuming the blood, I guess? Or just however the essence takes form? Or is it more of a metaphor? I don't know. Anyway, we're heading out. We're gonna pick a god, I guess. Pick a god, any god. We'll see if they offer us any choices to make. And give us any, like, little rundown. I'm assuming they will. They'll probably be like, oh, welcome, Watcher, to the great, freaking good old god picker. We got gods here. You want a god? We got gods. We got goddesses. Short ones, tall ones, fat ones, skinny ones. Take your pick. Who would you like to sponsor you, Watcher? And I'll go on up there and I'll say, oh my goodness, I can't freaking choose between all of these gods and goddesses. Half of them are gracious and the other half are total assholes, but I still love them. Oh my goodness, I want them all. And then, you know what? We'll just get kicked out and we'll be thrown into the fucking pit. And that's how we get there. Wow. How about that? How's that for some writing, huh? Jeez. What do you think, Obsidian? What do you think? Freaking Chris Avallone? I think he was one of the primary writers, right? For the main quest, at least. I know like, separate folks wrote the companions, which is, probably, in part to why the companions feel so individualized, because they had completely different writers. So, it looks like we almost have this exact thing. Oh no, we can't actually go up to these little pedestals and talk to them or whatever. Alright, I thought this was about to be like some sort of intense moment that I had where I just foresaw the complete future of this game. Alright, what's all this? Oh, shit. These could be things that are important. Like, these are all things about the gods, right? Alright, Book of the Hunt. Wow. Yeah, these are all about the gods. This is how we're going to get educated on all the gods. Holy hell. Okay. Well, since I definitely want to know about all the gods, because it seems like it's going to be a big-ass decision, I'm going to read all this shit. If you want to skip me reading this, feel free to scrub on through and look for the telltale sign of a lack of this. And, a change of area or something. Good lord. Who knows how long this could take. But if you're interested in hearing about these gods like I am, stick around. Book of the Hunt. When my students ask to be taught the way of Galawain, I tell them they have already failed. Does one ask a deer to present itself as dinner? Of course not. One must outwit, outmaneuver, and overpower the deer if one dreams of venison. We've read this one before, haven't we? Yeah, we read about this one in the Beast Wars video. Here, we'll collect it since we have read it. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. Man, maybe a few of these we've read. Let's see. Focus and efficiency. We may have read this one too in the White March. All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Yep, we've read that one in the White March. Excerpts from the Sermon of Struggle. I don't believe we've read this one. Oh, this is Durance's goddess, or god. I forget. Maybe it's nebulous. Choice is a luxury we earn through peace. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Even when our war banners sit idle, mankind foments strife. Friends argue with fists. Lovers kindle jealousies. Merchants compete with lies. Wherever mankind goes, struggle follows. Magrin is goddess of fire and war, not bloodshed and conquest, though many in Raid Saris would tell it differently. How bitter they must be that Magrin's priests were able to destroy a god made manifest. How bitter indeed. We who worship Magrin are not addled barbarians or cloistered mystics. We are soldiers, armorers, watchmen, and bodyguards. Artisans of conflict, and protectors of our families and flags. We do not salivate for battle. We view war as unwelcome. But struggle is our fundamental nature. We do not pray for strife. We pray for the wisdom to resolve it quickly. We do not wish for war, but when it inevitably must be fought, we find divine ecstasy in discipline, efficiency, and excellence. Magrin, guide us to the battle that is just and fair. Let us be your fire that burns away the profane, leaving only the righteous. If struggle is our fundamental nature, let victory be our inevitable state of grace. Wow, that kind of paints them in a pretty, like a not-so-demented light, unlike Durance, who, as the official spokesperson for the goddess Magrin in Team Watcher, well, it's a bad look, honestly. The Midwife's Memoirs. Alright, I don't believe we've done this one. My mother lived every note of life's song. Bringing me into this world was her last verse. For this, my father scorned me and abandoned me. And for this very same fact, my town's midwife and adherent of Helia raised me as her own. When I came of age, I learned that Helia visits us on the screams of women in childbirth. And when a woman dies giving life to her child, her soul is carried away and reborn as an avian attendant of Helia's court. Through the miracle of the Queen of Birds, my mother has been with me, watching over me my whole life. So you got like a pet bird or what? That you think is your mom? I mean, shit, who am I to judge? I wear the fetish charms of the cloud singer. The bird I dreamt, my mother became. My feathery trinkets look gaudy and unbecoming. Oh my gosh, this person is becoming a bird. But it is a signifier to women in need that I am a trained midwife. I wonder if Mama Sad knows anything about this. We haven't heard her talk any shit about this bird queen. But it is a signifier to women in need that I am a trained midwife, blessed by Helia and living every note of life's song. The Queen of Birds wills us to shepherd new life into the world, and not, as the other gods so often desire, to end it. A follower of Magrin once mocked my faith, saying I worshipped paintbrushes and birds. Oh, sorry. Piddling things beneath the gods. I do not resent the other gods, and the brutal necessities that they must oversee. But is not language, love, the arts, and creativity which separates us from simple beasts? Helia allows us to rise above our savage, feral selves. I am often amused that upon seeing our holy aviaries, visitors frequently ask, "This is nice, but where is the real Temple of Helia?" Perhaps they think hallowed ground requires oppressive stoneworks and ceilings that hide the sky. They do not realize the Bird Queen stands not on ceremony. She makes herself manifest in the music of birds and in beauty of the ubiquitous open sky. Wow, that is actually pretty beautiful, that description there. Helia prefers the worship of two children singing over 1,000 petitioners silently praying for victory. The Sky Mother asks so little of us, and yet so much. We are charged to live every note of life's song. It surprises me how many fail to embrace this divine calling. Huh. Okay. Well, oh shit. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we did scroll. So, okay, Helia. On the list now of ones that we might be potentially into. Galloween, I like the ideas there from Galloween, but it's a little rough and tumble for my liking. How about, Abaddon is pretty good. I like the idea of being able to come back from stuff and, like, you know, yeah, it's very much a second chances and, you know, work to fix shit. The Queen That Was and Still Is. We may have read this one, huh? This one is about, oh no, never mind. This one is about Woodica. Oh, shit. Dear sisters, do you still remember your first deliverance? When you strangled your first wrongdoer, did you see the moment when life became death? Could you see the instance when your victim realized that Woodica forgets nothing? When Woodica takes back her throne, will you face her with pride, knowing you have held your own oaths? Or will you be amongst the word breakers? Woodica teaches vengeance and memory, and while she is in exile, we must be her eyes and ears that let no injustice slip from record. We must be clenched fist that silences the lying breath. When Woodica takes back her throne, all of the injustices that have slipped through the cracks of history will be righted. The villains hiding in plain sight amongst the innocent will feel the burned queen's choking grasp. Pray that you live to see the day when you will join our queen in this cleansing of the wicked. I think we read this one back in the catacombs of, oh my gosh, the bay, oh my goodness, Defiance Bay? Yeah, Defiance Bay, right? Gosh, it's been a long time since we went back there. But we're going to read the rest of this just to get a refresher, because like I said, it's been a long time. But know, my sisters, that we must be ready to see the end of our days without the return of our queen, for she will take her throne. But it may be our daughters that serve the restored court. We must continue to live as we have always lived, hated by the other faiths. Even though we place justice above our own well-being, at least the Empire of Eder still holds our creed in proper esteem. It is a proper sign of respect that, by imperial custom, our clergy must oversee a contract for it to be legally binding. For who else understands the value of remembering one oaths than Woodica's faithful? And let us not count our current blessings, for we still enjoy the support of the Paladin Order, the Steel Garrote. They, too, understand that society is built and broken by the oaths and rules of its people. When Woodica takes back her throne, my family will know that I was right to commit my life to the exiled queen. When Woodica takes back her throne, the Strangler will stop being a story told to frighten our daughters, but a hero woven into parables that teach our children justice. When Woodica takes back her throne, she will bring her flawless memory with her. Every transgression, every crime, and every injustice will be revealed. When Woodica takes back her throne, even gods won't be spared their due retribution. Shit. Alright, wow. So, that's kind of, very, very opposing to both, Abaddon, the whole idea of rebuilding through attrition, so to speak. Not necessarily attrition, but through personal force of willpower, I guess. And Andra, of course, who is all about forgetting. Alright, let's check this one. Final Journal of Jonas. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we read this one not long ago. This is for the Skanites, remember? Yeah. I like the idea of the quiet slave in helping, like, you know, low-down folks, but it kind of takes a dark fucking turn, doesn't it? Yes, Skane will inhabit my body using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I mean, I like the idea of just, like, basic folks being able to, you know, overcome their fucked up challenges that are, like, all systemic and shit through this divine power. But the divine power here seems pretty fucked in and of itself, right? I don't know. Or at least it doesn't strike me as a good thing. Missives of the Hand Occult. Dearest brother, or was it sister? We definitely haven't read this one. May this letter find you in well spirits. A man of thuggish bearing stormed into my library the other day and demanded I help him find a book on the construction of an arquebus. I thought it proper to service Whale to steer this man toward an illuminated manuscript on the subject of whittling toy soldiers and other miniature props. Unamused by my solution, I shrugged and said, "What is an answer without a question?" He did not find my spiritual rhetoric helpful or amusing, and so he punched out 2 of my teeth. I trust your summer has been less tumultuous than mine? In more important news, my apprentice claims she saw the eyeless face in a dream the other night. I admit I was so mad with envy that at first I refused to believe her. Whale forgive me for such a lapse of judgment. She describes an Almawa of brilliant blue hues with a featureless face, surrounded by a swarm of eyes, no 2 eyes alike. She claims Whale ignored her questions, and she can't recall any specifics of what was said. In fact, my apprentice seems to have forgotten many things since before the visitation. She could not tell me where she grew up or what she liked to eat. At first, I was so envious of her for having seen Whale with her own eyes, but it seems Whale's visit was to conceal, not to illuminate. I pray she endures this test of faith and can look back at the event and feel the joy of mystery. That seems fucked up. What is an answer without a question? Last week, I felt the solution was ignorance, but after Whale's visit, I feel a road without length is closer to the capturing the riddle? Must be a typo. I worry my apprentice will look back at her visit from Whale and feel cheated, robbed of some moment of clarity we all thought we were owed when we first joined. I tried to tell her she was lucky, but she was too young to understand. What is an answer without a question? May I be dead and my soul scattered to the winds before anyone knows for certain? Okay. Weird. Sorry, I'm going to take a drink here. There we are. Man, all this reading got me a little parched, huh? The Many Faces of Barath. We've picked up this book before, but I don't know if we've actually read it. How fitting that we know the god of cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability as Barath, while the Valians know this very same god as Sirono. For if nothing else, Barath teaches us that duality exists in all things. There is life in death, and death in life. Embrace this duality, and you honor Barath. In the ruins of Glanfath, Barath is depicted in the form of 2 semi-skeletal figures, one male, one female, Buenen I Anku and Anku I Buenen. Jesus. Literally life and death and life in the Glanfathan tongue. Male and female, inside and out, life and death. We often think of Barath by imagining 2 sides of coin, or the 2 end points of a journey. It's said that Barath has the most petitioners of every god, and this likely true. Who amongst us has not prayed for the cycle to hiccup? Who has not, in a moment of sadness, yelled at Barath to make an exception for our fallen ones? Barath may not rescue our loved ones, but it answers our prayers in its own divine way. Right, so this is one of the gods of course, yeah, the god of duality, of course, wouldn't be gendered. Divine way. Barath is the god that makes life end in death. And it is also the god that makes death end in life. Barath, Sirono, Buenen I Anku, Anku I Buenen. Whichever of the many names you prefer to use deserves our prayers, for it has given us the promise of life's eternal renewal. I'd be down with that, but it sounds like Barath also recently brought back a guy who I killed, and that guy was an asshole. Old Mr. Captain
Ready when you
Ruler
are.
guy back there at the stronghold from the very beginning. Sounds like that guy's back and is evil as hell. So I don't know if Bareth and I are on good terms, honestly. I don't know if I can be down with that. 10 Years of Dawn. What's this one about? Oh, this one is about Widewin, one of the most important gods in the Pillars story. 10 years I tilled the Vorlas leaf, and 10 years I told myself that living in St. Widewin's footsteps would bring me rebirth. Each dawn I'd pray that if thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee light, and each yet each night would bring the same emptiness. For my decade of living as a simple dye farmer, all I have to show for it is a great deal of purple clothing. Aethys has not spoken to us since he appeared as Saint Widewin. Remember, this is also Eddar's god of choice, right? It was my hope that Aethys would claim me as his next vessel, but alas, the child of light remains silent. Every day I practice the ritual of banishing the shadows of the unfaithful, and every day I work my fields in solitude, without sign of Aethys returning. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee light. But how long must I remain lost in this long night of abandonment? Is this my punishment for keeping my faith a secret? Is Aethys hiding from me until I shout my reverence for all to hear? Surely, he must know that the Deerwoodens now hate him, and his followers. My countrymen are quick to blame all that was terrible about the Saints' War on those of us still faithful to Aethys. Should they not be angry at the Raid Saris soldiers? Do the Deerwoodens not realize that to dismiss the god of rebirth and redemption is to prevent all hope of healing? I mean, this is another case of Aethys from, like, the main onset is kind of neat. Like, a farmer. He's all about farming and stuff and bringing life and whatnot, I believe. But, yeah, that whole, St. Widewin, I should say. But when he reincarnated in Aethys, that was pretty fucked up, all that went down there. I mean, of course, it wasn't just on Aethys that was fucked up, like, the killing and murder of everything there. It was a bad fucking situation. And I can't blame the people for blowing him up with the God Bomb, because holy shit, apparently it sounded like he was on an unstoppable rampage. Anyway, my countrymen are quick to blame all that was, the Raid Saris soldiers. Okay, here we go. As I pen these words, I know that I must continue to till the dye leaf. I will awake each day with hope. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring me light. Each day I will pray that the dawn stars visit me, just as they visited Saint Widewin in his field of Vorlas. Will they come to me as they came to Saint Widewin, as a man and two women, luminescent and perfect? I am told they come to presage new times. I'm told many things, and I struggle to find the faith to believe it all. And yet, each morning, the sun rises in the eastern sky, and each morning, Aethys illuminates my simple plot of land, casting away the shadows of the unfaithful in his golden gaze. I thank thee, Aethys, for all the saplings I've had, and all that will come. I am in darkness. Please, bring me light. Jesus. Okay. Holy shit. Maybe we should refer to that affirmations book again for Abaddon. Maybe there's some dark thing about Abaddon that I didn't realize the first time reading through. Because if that's true, then maybe the only one left is the Bird Queen, who maybe seems best of all and is also kind of related to the Hollowborn situation. I don't know. Selected correspondences of Giftbringer Aiden. Oh, we read this one before. Yeah, we know about you, Andra. We know about you. The enigmatic god of cold. Did we actually read about this? We know a little bit about Rimmergond, right? But I don't think we actually read this. Let's do it. Young students are often confused by Barath and Rimmergon's seemingly overlapping roles in holding dominion over death. Barath oversees the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Rimmergond oversees the cold, destructive act of death itself. This difference is often difficult for novices to appreciate until they've lost a loved one and endured the absence for a time. It is Barath that determines we will be reborn just as certainly as we will die. But Rimmergond is the executioner's axe. Rimmergond shows us that all life ends in stillness. I think we have read this one before. Though the beast of winter is shrouded in snowy clouds, those who have seen the shaggy white monster claim that the souls of the fallen can be seen clinging, or perhaps frozen to, the beast's fur. The dwarves of the boreal south have numerous stories that tell of a similar plot. A brash hero seeks out the beast of winter to rescue the souls trapped in its fur. These tales never end well. Yeah, we've definitely read this one. I remember that line. Let's quickly refer to the Abaddon book. I'm very curious now if Abaddon actually is a little fucked up too. Maybe they really are all just fucked up. Except for the childbirthing one, right? Let's see, where would it be at? Oh, good lord. It would be one that we have a duplicate of, wouldn't it? Because there we are. Man, we got 4 of them. Alright, let's look through this again. All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon himself built himself from ruin. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Sure, I can get behind that. Work hard, work well. Abaddon demands only honest labor and forthright service. All errors can be reforged if your first intentions are pure. I can also get behind that, but also at the same time, I'm not a very honest person in this game. I do a lot of thieving and stealing. I'm kind of a fucking scoundrel. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft, excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. A little harsh there with that last line, but I can get behind it. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all who are willing to learn, and in doing so, multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties can be reforged into triumphs. Meet strife with humility and acceptance. Let adversity temper the ingot of your will, and you will never shatter. Embrace your station, fulfill the duties of your rank, and meddle not in the affairs of your betters. All guilds fail at their weakest. I don't know about that. I feel like you should also... that's kind of like keeping the little guy down, right? If you just don't ever fuck with the higher ranking dudes, that can be problematic at times. All loss can be reforged into strength. Profitable work heals all emptiness. So long as you have the tools of your trade, you will always be able to forge wealth anew. Value the works of others, and they will value your works in return. Share the harvest with the hungry and your tools with the destitute. All souls can be reforged into whatever we will. Hard work is not exclusive to life. Alright, yeah. I mean, there's very little here that's problematic. Like, I have to pick at it and really look through there. Like, otherwise it's mostly about inspiring confidence, right? So, once again, we're at the crossroads of...
Ready when you are.
Either this birthing god, Helia, seems nice. Abaddon seems nice enough. Let's see, what do we have in here? Oh, a luminescent Adra shard. Crisp flashes of light run through this Adra shard, pulsing in its faceted core like veins of light, fueled by a heart of fire. Yoink, we'll take it.
Ready when you are.
It is a quest item. Oh, look at this. Is this going to do something? Quick saving here in case it does. Oh, geez. I thought maybe we would go downstairs first. Uh-oh.
Magnificent.
Whoa. Do each of these represent a god, I guess? How many are there here? Probably enough for each god, right? Probably Abaddon, probably the Hunt one, probably like Barath or something. Which one would be the cold one? That's probably the cold one right there. Which one would be like Aethys and shit? Or Andra? Which one is Andra? Maybe one that's like a tentacle? This one's probably Aethys because it's fiery. Oh, look. Okay, we can just hold tab and figure... fair enough. Alright. Yeah, of course Magrin is the fire. Gallowayne, Abaddon, Magrin, Helia, Barath, Andra, Rimmergond, Skane. Look, these two are blank, though. Widewin. And... Who's the other one? Oh, Woodica. Oh, so this is probably Widewind and this one is Woodica, because this one looks more sinister. Alright. Well, this is something. We can't really click on them and do anything. What is this? Nothing happens when you approach Woodica's shrine. Huh. What happened to Woodica? Is it because she's in exile? And Aethys, or whale, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, whale. A piercing ring fills your ears as you near Whale's shrine. There's no other response. Yeah, because it got fucking blasted, right? Okay. Let's investigate this fallen thing here real quick. Shattered and charred stone blocks the passage into sun and shadow. Right, that's where the old asshole went through. Okay. So we don't really know what all of these represent just yet. Like, this one is here by 3 of them. This one is also here by 3 of them. And this one... These two, Helia and Barath, just seem to have their own. Okay, like, this one is yeah, these two are controlled by 3, and then these other ones seem to each have their own? Let's go over to Helia first, because I like Helia the most. And Helia has her own. Abaddon is pretty good too, but Abaddon is controlled by 2 others. Oh. Okay. This shrine sits before a bright constellation, its stars forming the oval shape of an egg. A pair of wings sprout from the egg, stretching out to either side. Right, of course, because of the birthing. Let's see. Abaddon. Oh. This is Galawain's, actually. How do I get Abaddon? What if I want Abaddon, dude? Oh, no. Am I not able to? Is this like a false choice? How come these are like this? Do I have to wait for something to rotate around? Huh. These things are lit up. I wonder what the fuck does this all mean? How come I can't pick Abaddon? I mean, I guess that makes it really easy in that I would just pick Helia. Is this, yeah, that's... Who is this, Rimmergond? In the nearby constellation, you can make out the shape of a strange horned beast. From time to time, you think you sense a faint chill emanating from the shrine itself. Yeah, Rimmergond doesn't seem good. I definitely don't want to fuck with Rimmergond. Barath. In the glittering stars of the nearby constellation, you see the grim shape of a skull. Its jaws are open wide, as if frozen in a silent scream. Yeah, that's kind of spooky. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Council of the Stars. It seems the gods want something from me as well. To earn favor, I'll have to complete the task given to me in the vision. What?
Ready when you are.
Well, I guess that's some spoilers. I'm about to get a vision. Alright. Sure, let's go with Helia. Like I said, she's one of the 2 that I'm most down with. So far seems to have not fucked me over. Abaddon is pretty dope, but we can't pick Abaddon. And Helia, also pretty dope. Bonus points as well for seeming very important to the Hollowborn Crisis and important to the story of the main through line of Pillars.
Just say
whereas
the word.
Abaddon was more important to the White March, right? And so was Andra, of course. Andra played a big fucking role. But she was, it was like the dark side of Andra, really. Or at least in my opinion. I guess, depending on your read on the situation, you might see it as more of a positive, which I guess is fair. I could see reasoning for that. Not necessarily what I would go with, but I could see where someone would be coming from. All right, let's do it. Helia. Praying. Let's do it. Give me that egg. Oh, shit. Prepare to recite the ritual words? Uh-oh. Oh, geez. All things can be reforged. Nope, that's Abaddon. Nope. Survival begins with strength from within. Nope. Ocean sorrow, all stillness. No. Master chokes on his own whip. What is an answer without a question? Jesus, Woodica's one is so fucking intense. All life ends in stillness. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Live every note of life's song. That could be it. Your words seem to ring in the air, your voice rendered melodic and lilting by some unseen art. Oh, shit. Here we go, another big ball trip, remember? Last time we talked to, Andra this way. You shut your eyes to pray. As you wait in darkness, the world around you changes. You feel sunlight, bright and warm, on your face. A light breeze carries music to your ears. As vivid as these sensations feel, you somehow know they're not real. You look around and find yourself standing in an open-air temple, built on a mountain summit. It's filled with elves, orlans, and assorted other kith. Ringing the entire scene is a fringe of trees, their verdant branches filled with birds of all different colors, shapes, and sizes. Durrance spits. Oh, everyone is here too with me?
A paradise for those who would waste their lives exploring the meaningless while corrupting the meaning of the real world. Oh, to set these trees ablaze, Watcher.
Everyone is singularly absorbed in a particular pursuit. An Orlan sits with a canvas, a paintbrush in his hand, and jars of green, blue, and yellow pigments at his feet. An elf and Almawa, standing to the side, are locked in conversation, their expressions dancing with delight. Still others scribble stanzas of poetry or crude sketches on sheaves of paper, losing themselves in the delicate minutiae of lines and syllables. You feel the breeze again, and two elves basking in the sunlight shiver. The largest group gathers in the middle of the temple. They sing a lush, chaotic harmony composed of several complementary melodies. Others drift toward the singers in ones and twos, as if buffeted by a gust of wind or a phrase of the song. A ripple passes through the trees. You think it's the wind, but the chirping changes to screeching. Hundreds of birds take to the skies, all headed in one direction, away. The devotees glance at the trees, just barely distracted from their activities. But the wind picks up, scattering their pages of poetry and art, and ripping the songs from their lips. They look skyward, and you follow their gaze. A dark shape blots out the sun. You can't tell what it is, but as it unfolds and expands, it seems to fill the sky. The wind roars over the summit. Seldom a good sign. Yeah, Palagina, you're birdie a bit. You're a little birdie. I mean, not like you're a little birdie. Like, ooh, what a little birdie, Palagina. No, you're like partially bird, is what I'm saying. Before you can flee, a shadow falls over the temple. It begins as a stain in the corner and spreads, blotting out the flagstones. It reaches the nearest kith, a black-furred Orlan. The darkness swallows her, leaving only a puff of smoke in her place. The two elves that you saw earlier, a man and a woman, flee. You get a brief image of them huddled in the shadow of a mountain. They seem to see you too, and they reach out, calling silently after you. The others, however, seem frozen. As the shadow advances, they likewise vanish one by one. The driving gale scatters their ashes and the charred remains of their creations. Wow, this is getting fucked up. Is this person also fucked up? Is this god also fucked? Grieving mother. The grieving mother holds her head. Songs of joy turn to screams of agony. What purpose, what lesson could possibly lie behind such destruction? You look up again at the source of the shadow, but the eclipsed sun forms a blinding corona around the thing. You can't make out any details. You can, however, feel heat. It's a fucking dragon? Helia is a dragon god or something? Restore my temple. You look down and find yourself standing next to Helia's shrine in Ter Evron. Your pulse still races and your skin is damp with sweat from your strange encounter. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, Healy, of course, wants us to do this shit. Huh. Helia revealed a mountaintop temple beset by a terrible menace. Do we have to do each of these? It seems like we do. Doesn't it? Okay.
No problem.
Fuck it. Let's do them all. Pray to Gallowayne. This is a hound. Okay, yeah. This is the hunt one, right? All things can be life and death. No, survival begins with strength from within, maybe. Struggle is our fundamental nature. Shit. It's either struggle or survival. Yeah, let's leave and let's quick save in case something terrible happens if I get it wrong. Alright. Gallowayne. Let's try... survival. The air around you stirs and a gust of warm wind blows across the back of your neck. You catch the faintest smell of wet earth. Oh, here we go. Yeah, got it in one. I think. As you kneel in front of the shrine, you feel yourself pushed forward. You catch yourself on your hands and knees, feeling warm, damp ground beneath them. Looking around, you find yourself crouched in a clearing in the middle of the woods. The smell of dirt hangs heavy in the air. You feel certain this is a vision, but the hairs on the nape of your neck still rise. Something leaps from the bushes. You find yourself pinned on your back and staring into the amber eyes of a massive hound. The beast looks at you. Gleaming fangs protrude from the sides of its mouth. Its nose twitches as it inhales your scent. Starting at your shoulder and proceeding down the length of your arm. You follow its nose to your hand, which is covered in blood. A tongue as red and meaty as a steak lolls out of its mouth and wipes your bloody hand. Its lips curl into what looks like a smile. The beast looks back at you, and as it fixes you with its glowing eyes, its muzzle retreats into a long, bearded face, and its pointed ears lengthen, dropping to the sides of its head. What was a massive hound becomes a giant of a man, his broad, muscled shoulders draped with furs. He holds a flint knife to your neck and grins, revealing a long row of pointed teeth. Oh my god, we must be taking a shitload of peyote or something out here. Holy hell. That's one way to make an introduction, I suppose.
Soul is dead, and so is her legacy. You have cut down a fierce and cunning line.
Oh shit, he's not happy about the lion. His voice is growling deeper, or is a growling whisper. Awareness was clearly the stronger of the two, but Soul was protected in her den. He deserved victory. Soul had been in place for too long. It was time for a new champion. If Soul could not defend her position from me, she didn't deserve it. I feel like either 2 or 3 are going to be satisfactory. Maybe 3 would be most satisfactory. Let's go with 3.
Worthiness is proven in conflict. Might grappling with might. Flesh tears, bones break, and the ones that mend are stronger still. Blood mixes, and the worthier substance rises to the top. And you have proven worthy.
He roars. The changeling throws his head back and closes his eyes, breathing deeply of the cool air. He lets out a howl that rings through the air. He lowers his head, puffs of steam rising from his panting mouth. Twigs crunch and branches snap. The ground shivers under the weight of pacing, prowling footsteps. A dozen beasts, bears, wolves, and long-fanged cats, stalk out of the undergrowth, their matching amber eyes fast on you. Aloth takes a step back from the beasts. Just how real do you think this is? As the beasts encircle you, their master rises to his feet. Even the largest of the bears can only reach his browned and muscle-knotted shoulders. You stand, mindful of the ring of predators surrounding you.
You sought and won the favor of Galawain. What new prey do you now pursue?
I mean, I guess it makes sense. I am looking to fuck over Theos, so Galawain is a pretty good fit. Am I about to commit to Galawain here? Or can I not do all of them? I mean, we did quick save. I hunt Theos.
To track a quarry, you must understand its movements. And Theos follows the path of a more powerful master.
Galawain, the changeling, bares his sharpened teeth again. A warm breeze carries the smell of smoke and gunpowder. Sparks ignite and float in the draft, catching in the leaves over Galawain's head. A sudden blast of heat scalds your face, and even as you turn away, a flash of light sears your vision through your eyelids. When you look back, you see a woman in full plate standing next to Galawain. Her mirror-polished armor flickers with images of reflected flames. You can't see her face, but her voice is strong and clear, like the ringing of steel.
Let him know his foe.
Oh shit, Mogren is here to help out.
The whore breaks her silence at last. Have you missed me, Mogren? You may have found other lovers, but surely none that was my equal.
Mogren says nothing in response. Indeed, she never even glances in Durance's direction. An involuntary tick causes the baggy skin beneath Durance's eyes to quiver. He says no more, his ruddy skin blanched white.
Theos has trapped thousands of souls in sun and shadow like rabbits in a snare. Now, he goes there to retrieve the kill for his master, Woodica.
One of the bears paws at the ground in irritation, its hackles rising.
She will feast on them, suck their marrow, grow strong on their essence.
Jesus, I hope we aren't committing to this one. I want to go back to the delightful baby one, the one about babies and stuff and birds. Jeez, Galawain, you're intense. You're freaking me out. I'd even prefer freaking, freaking Mogren. The god closes his eyes and inhales deeply. As a Stelgar watches you, it licks its lips, its tongue scraping long fangs. God, it reminds me of, freaking Hircine, doesn't it? Jesus, I fucking hate Hircine. Hircine is such a creep. Why would Theos help Woodica?
Because he is her hound. He has always done her bidding.
His eyes dart to another figure standing just behind Mogren. Oh, is this the third one associated with Galawain's bubble?
Woodica stands for an old order. So does Theos.
Her helm pivots sharply toward him. Oh, Abaddon! Oh, word! That's your boy, Abby! A golem made of blackened, pitted iron steps out of Mogren's shadow. Its movements are slow yet precise, each footfall accompanied by the groaning and grinding of metal. The steady orange glow of furnace coals emanates from its eye sockets. In the Abaddon's crude yet efficient form, you see an uncanny resemblance to the Eyeless. Oh, I wonder if this is only a line here available from having played the White March. Yet his limbs are more finely wrought, his joints more flexible. You also feel the essence of the Eyeless teeming within him.
They both fear change, and the Deerwood has changed much recently. People find answers not in the gods, but in animancy, the product of their own labors.
It makes sense, yeah, that he would be into that, I suppose. A gear clicks within its jaw and Abaddon speaks.
And why not? When they have learned that even a god can be killed.
Reflected flames shiver in Mogren's armor. She says that like it wasn't her followers that unleashed the Godhammer. What should I do about it? Why would Theos help Woodica? Why is that one grayed out? Animancy doesn't seem trouble to you. You haven't done anything to stop Theos. Let's comment on Animancy. Let's see if they have any insights onto Animancy. The three gods seem to look at one another, One of the wolves sits and scratches its neck with quick strokes of its hind leg.
The clash of ideas, the search for answers and meaning. These are other hunts.
Gallowayne shrugs his broad shoulders. They would supplant you. How can you accept this so easily?
This is the destiny of Kith, to struggle and transform, even through animancy.
Mogren's pauldron shift as she clasps her hands behind her back.
And to improve. Steady labor and earnest industry elevate Kith above wilder and beast.
Sounds like fucking Tony
It
Stark.
is also useful that they should learn to improve their souls, whether through struggle, transformation, or labor. On this, at least, we have no disagreement.
Abaddon's voice creaks and sighs. A scarred Stelgar growls and flicks its tail. Okay. If only all the gods' followers were as open-minded about animancy as you three. So what should I do about it?
Track Theos. Follow the trail he has left for you, and corner him in sun and shadow.
Okay.
You must stop him before he empowers Woodica.
Alright.
And if you do, you will have a different decision to make.
Huh. Gears whir and clank as Abaddon gives you a slow nod. Aloth's eyes widen. The gods mean to leave this in our hands.
Souls were ripped from the world, ripe and full and pulsing with essence. Scatter them like bones to a pack of dogs. Their essence will strengthen the souls of the Deerwood. Let the remains of the dead feed the survivors.
Why would I feed the lost soul's essence to the rest of the Deerwood? If Woodica can accomplish this, then perhaps she deserves her victory. I mean, that's fair, isn't it? It seems fucked up, but isn't that true to Gallowayne's principles? I almost want to say that to see what Gallowayne would say, because that seems right up his alley. I don't see why I should care. Now I've got to find Theos. These first two are really tempting. I don't know which one I want more, though. Let's hear more about this plan. Because, this one he could retort, well, if you fuck up the plans, then maybe you're the one who's worthy. Because he could totally retort with that. But this one, I'm not sure what he would say. Why would I feed the lost soul's essence to the rest of the Deerwood?
To breed strength. Power is born from the mix
Oh,
of
right.
essence
Of
and
course, like the
blood.
dudes in the cave. Of course. The wolves snarl and snap.
What Theos did cannot be undone. Thousands of lives have changed, and thousands more have ended because of his actions. But transformation gives purpose to trial.
A plume of flame ripples across her breastplate.
And improvement is the goal of all Kith. Long lives, prosperous futures, stronger minds and bodies. Strengthening those who remain will help repair the damage that Theos has done to the Deerwood.
I thought you served the cause of preservation, Abaddon. Yeah, let's say that. This might be a unique line for having done the White March.
Essence cannot remain in a dead body, any more than oil in a broken jar. Even though the stolen lives cannot be preserved, their essence can be used to ensure the survival of the Deerwooden remnant.
Huh.
Thus, the memory and vision of the lost may live beyond them. This is the nature of preservation.
Okay, I guess I can see that. If Woodica can accomplish this, then perhaps she deserves her victory. I don't want to say this like I believe this, but I want to say it to hear what Gallowayne has to say for sure. Let's do it, fuck it. We saved. The bear at Gallowayne's side rises on its hind legs and roars. It falls back on all fours with a ground-shaking thud. Gallowayne points his chipped flint dagger at you.
A victory that leaves her ruler of all. No room for conflict, no struggle, not even between the gods.
Oh, okay. So, Gallowayne is against monopolies. Fair enough.
Be careful what you wish for, mortal. Woodica's ways are regressive. Her laws never change, her authority never ebbs, and she never forgets a slight.
Woodica would crush the Deerwood simply out of vengeance for the rebellion against Adir, her favorite. She would stamp out Animancers, Godslayers from the Saints' War, and anyone else she viewed as heretical or dangerous.
Right, yeah.
And who more dangerous to her than a watcher who prods at her schemes?
I don't see why I should care. Alright, well, I've got to find Theos. Yeah, I know why I should care. I gotta find Theos.
And when you descend the pit to Sun in Shadow, you can count on our assistance to see you safely through. As I hope we can count on yours when you reach the bottom. There are many souls upon the burial isle that are sworn to serve us. They belong to you now, and they shall guide your descent.
Okay. Durance's face is grave.
Beware the promises of a God Watcher. They are binding, but only in one direction.
The beasts grow restless, pawing the ground and eyeing you with renewed interest. The bear sniffs at the ground next to your leg. One Stelgar skulks in the circle, its amber eyes glowing. Gallowayne hurls his knife between your feet, sinking it to its handle. He raises his empty hand.
Hunt him, mortal. And when you stop him, let the souls he has captured feed the Deerwood.
Jeez.
Strengthen the souls of those who remain. Prepare them to face the challenges that will follow. Pledge that you will do this, and we will grant you a power fit for the finest warrior who ever lived.
Betray us, and my beasts shall track you down. Our allegiance is not to be accepted and cast aside.
Oh, okay, thank goodness. So we do get to consider this. So we can do the others and hear them out, which I definitely want to do. Even if I don't, if, like, some of the other ones on the right side of the room, I definitely don't want to fuck with any of them. Like, especially Bareth. Fuck you, Bareth. Fuck you, honestly. But watch us get to Bareth and Bareth actually be incredibly reasonable. But, I definitely want to, I would hear what the other gods have to say first. I would need to think about this. I pledge now that I shall convert the captured souls into essence to strengthen the Deerwood. I wonder if something, like we pledge this now, and then when we get to the end game, if we get the choice again, and if we betray our promise, if something really fucked up happens. Like more things come to light, and we're like, oh, maybe we should change our decision, uh-oh. But if we stay the course, even if it seems fucked up, maybe we'll be A-okay. I don't know. I do not know. But I definitely want to hear what the other gods have to say.
Consider and calculate, but decide.
Okay. Gallowayne's hand falls, and the growling pack lunges into the circle. The vision vanishes in an instant, returning you to Ter Evron, where burning candles replace the glowing eyes of Gallowayne's beasts. Descend the pit in the burial isle to Braith Aemon. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, well, when next we come back, we will check out these other candidates. We have 2 more to check out. Who knows? Maybe these 2 we've already completed, just like this triplet here. It'll be interesting to do. And, of course,
just say the word.
This whole situation here means that we got to kill that dragon, don't we? Wow. Well, this has been exciting. It's always been interesting in the White March when we did it, and now when we talk to the gods. And as it should be. You know, as it should be. Till next time. Peace.